Hi, I'm Janessa Couture, and welcome to Get Coach, a Destroy the Hairdresser podcast. Welcome back to Get Coached. I'm your host, Janessa. People call me Ness. You can call me Ness too. We're going to move forward with this idea of sort of like things that are really plaguing our industry, sort of plaguing us, the things that we deal with on a regular basis. Last week, we talked about burnout. This week, I want to focus on something that I think is a major thing that we deal with, not just as stylists, also as salon owners, sometimes just even as women. Not that it's specific to a gender, but we struggle so much with the action of people pleasing. This thought of people pleasing is this drive that will always make you feel like you have to say yes to everything. You have to commit to everything. You have to be everywhere, make everybody happy, right? You can't have a stylist not like something. You're kind of giving away all of your power in those moments because you're allowing everybody else to control your time and control your decisions. People pleasing is rooted in self-doubt. It's rooted in a fear of rejection. There's so many things that are real, that are so intense that you feel on a regular basis, that lead to these actions of consistently having to say yes. You are not boundaried by any means in a healthy way if you are constantly in a position of saying yes or agreeing or trying to make other people happy. And you're not even focusing on your own needs, which is so completely important, especially if you're a salon owner. If you're trying to build a business and you don't even know what your own needs are, then the business isn't built for you in any way. It's built for other people. And if other people can control all the decisions that they're making, or you're trying to make the decisions to make everybody else happy, you're losing all sense of self within your own business. And it can cause chaos and real, actual chaos. I'll give you an example. I had a stylist who had joined our team. And in their previous salon, they were doing, hourly pricing. However, their male clientele weren't following that. They were still discounting their male clientele because that was just, for some reason, gender pricing is something that we still do in our industry, which needs to stop. That's a whole other complaining session later. But the pricing was like a quarter of what her full hour was worth. And the fear when she joined my team, because we don't do that at all, there was so much fear that was coming up because now her clients would have to jump up such a significant amount of money. So she booked a meeting with me. We actually went for a walk. I love having my meetings with my team, like outside of the salon. If it's a one-on-one, we'll go for a walk, we'll go for coffee, we'll do something so that it's really a conversation. It doesn't really feel like I'm boss at the moment. Although I am. So we went for a walk. She was talking about how terrified she was of this and that she was used to doing this specific thing. She was used to having this practice. And so she wanted to still be able to continue doing it within the salon. And I just said, no, unfortunately, I can't have that. The reason why is because if I allow that to happen for you and everybody else can't, now there's chaos. This is what happens. If we're constantly saying yes for every individual thing, then we're going to have resentment within our business because other people are going to be like, well, she said I can't do this and she said I can do that. And so it causes so much backroom talking, right? Like so much, like it makes them lose trust in you. It makes them lose faith in you. People want and need strong leadership. They need decisions. They need help through those decisions. I don't want to say they need decisions made for them, but they want to know that they're in an environment where they can be led. They want someone to fly the plane. People want people to fly planes. That's an important part. And so making sure in that environment and in that moment that I was understanding of where she was coming from, but I didn't feel in any way that I needed to change what I was doing in order to make her feel comfortable. And this is the hardest part about people pleasing is by you saying no, sometimes you will likely make someone feel uncomfortable because they're going to have to maybe do something that's a little scary, do something that's brand new for them, do something that they just don't want to. But by doing that, by holding your ground, by knowing that it's the right thing for you and your own business, you're actually helping that person grow. So by not allowing them, by not giving them that opportunity, by not letting them feel uncomfortable, we're going to hold them in that spot. We want them to actually experience that so that they can grow. I promise you, on the other side of it, it's not scary at all. It's scary during it, no doubt. It's scary for you to say no. It's probably scary for them to have to go through whatever that thing is. It's scary in the moment, and that's okay. But it's not scary in the long term, which is what we focus on, right? After this moment, it's the Band-Aid. We're going to rip off this Band-Aid. After this moment, everything else gets so much better. Being able to say no, being able to have boundaries, being able to tell your team, I don't get contacted at this point, or we don't deal with clients who are this way. Being able to boundary and say no to your clients is so important as well. That could be something as simple as, I just don't perform this service. Or it could be something as, I don't feel like our communication is on point. I don't think that we have the same communication style. And so I think it's better that we find you another stylist. Being able to put those boundaries up, being able to say no, protects your mental state, protects your physical state. Everything about it sets you on a path of growth and a path of confidence that you may not have ever even known was possible. I know when I stopped saying yes to everything, the chaos in my life and in my business stopped, it was almost too quiet. It was almost too peaceful. And I really had to get used to that. But it was scary for me to start telling my team no. But it became a lot easier. I didn't have to just say no. It's no with empathy. It's no with an understanding. When I moved my salon to station sharing, my salon operates like a co-working environment. And so no stylist has their own station. Everybody kind of books a station for the day. So when I started to move into that, my stylists got really scared and they wanted, their own space. And I get that 100%. But in the moment, I knew that although they were afraid, and there was a part of me that was afraid that if I did this, they would leave, right? Which would put me in a position where I would be building my business all over again. So what I did was I applied no, but with empathy. And I made them understand that this one action is how I make sure that I control my revenue and I don't put pressure on you. That I don't have to make you hit goals. I don't have to make you sell retail. I don't have to make you do anything. You can have all the freedom. But this one thing helps me control the revenue in my own company. And so I'm doing this for this reason. People pleasing doesn't always just mean no, right? It doesn't mean you have to be mean. You're not mean. In fact, one of my coaches said something that was really powerful to me one time. And I was so worried that saying no would make me sound like a bitch. And she said, you're not being bitchy unless you're a bitch, and you're not a bitch. So I know I said that word a lot, but it's true. You're not mean. You're not a mean person. So if you're not a mean person, you're not doing things out of meanness. You're doing things out of self-care, self-actualization, self-need. That's what you're doing those. And by protecting yourself, protecting your business with a simple action of a boundary of just making sure that your needs come first, it is the fastest way for you to grow your business behind the chair, your salon business, the fastest way to do that. Providing healthy boundaries for yourself and your clients and your stylists. So one of the things, we're going to move on to homework, right? So last week we talked about burnout. I gave you some homework on burnout. I hope you had some fun with it, at least. This week, I want to give you some homework around people pleasing. What I want you to do is I'm going to challenge you to consciously say no when it's appropriate, at least once a day. Once a day. Whether that's, no, I don't stay late for work, so I can't book you at this time. No, I'm not coming in early to do your hair. No, I'm going to take tonight and I'm not going to answer any messages or emails. Whatever that looks like, I want you to say no at least one time for yourself when it's appropriate, of course. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to think about yourself I want you to think about that moment when you said no, and I want you to acknowledge what you're feeling. I want you to acknowledge and even write it down. What was the situation? What was the outcome? How did you feel in the moment? But what actually happened as a result of saying no? I guarantee you it's not going to be anything bad because you're going to be at peace. And that's the most important thing. Your needs will be met. You will be coming first. And that's okay. So again, have fun with the homework. Have fun saying no as much as you possibly can. And then let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about it. You can comment on this episode. You can send me a DM on Instagram, but I'd love to hear how the homework has gone and whether it's helped you at all. So until next week, we'll see you then.
Hey hairdressers, are you looking for health insurance? It's time to get healthy with Hairdresser Healthcare, the only coverage designed specifically for the beauty industry. Whether you're an independent stylist, a salon owner with a team, a makeup artist, or a massage therapist, we've got you covered with comprehensive and affordable benefits. With options for self-enrollment and year-round open enrollment, taking control of your health has never been easier. And the best part is, it's available in every state. Visit hairdresserhealthcare.com and take control of your health today because you, your team, and your family deserve it.